These things are in my way. Okay, so welcome to the second installment of the Bachelorette Commentary. What a night. Okay, my first question when I first saw Rachel's dog was, what did she do to her dog? But then, obviously, later on, he was in an accident? She was in an accident? I don't know. But the accident word was, I heard it. So that might have been what happened to him. Her. Is it a boy, dog? I don't know. Okay, Kenny, A+. That man has got it all going on. If you like pro wrestling. Yeah, I mean, he seems like a good guy. Now, when you stand him next to Lucas, on the other hand, you really see Kenny as an A+. And my only question is Lucas for real? And obviously not. Because under his name, his occupation is wabam, or whatever the heck his word is. So that means that's his company, that's his whole reason for existing, that's where he gets his money. So he comes on the show, and that's the first thing he says, I think. And that's what he's wearing. You know, so he is marketing himself on TV, and it has nothing to do with Rachel. So, yeah, and would she want some guy like that who may at any moment yell out, well, bam? It could be at very bad moments, like weddings, picnics. The list, you know, I mean, it's endless. Okay, Ashton Kutcher. I wrote down yummy. What a nice addition to the Bachelorette show. And forget his wife. But Ashton, yeah. And his t-shirt trophy husband is definitely an honest appraisal of him. Faux show, I wrote down. Okay. Also, women. Casting is in Dallas and somewhere else. But it's for women only. I'm sorry, guys. I misquoted last time. I thought they were looking for the next bachelor. Well, they've already got the bachelor, so now they need all the women. So that's why I'm saying women who are in earshot of this video. Please go to Dallas or somewhere else. Casting calls. Oh, yeah. Why is the guy who I now know is Blake, why is he wanting to beat him up when Blake, under his name, says aspiring drummer? And I'm thinking, okay, what does that mean exactly? Does that mean he's already in a band that has a record deal? Or does he just own a drum set and he's had like a year of lessons? Or does he have a drum pad and maybe some of those wooden salad spoons? You know, what does aspiring mean? And does he even have an income? So, yeah, for him to be going after Lucas, is kind of ridiculous. And it's just, they're just like, you know, it's just stupid. They both need to grow up and get off the set. Oh, yeah. What's the guy's name with the doll? I forget his name, but I was concerned that the doll floating in the pool might be dead. But since he was on his back and he wasn't underwater, the possibility is that he could just have been floating. So I felt better after I've broke down the steps and whatever. Will is good. Will is a good guy. Country boy, not after I watched his interaction with Will and why they had to bleep out words and why Will looked offended almost. So I don't really trust the country boy anymore. And Lucas may have won that, the Ashton Kutcher, what do you call it, man? Date. I know I'm okay, I'm at a loss. Anyway, I'm tired. It's early, right? It's 9 o'clock. But, Lucas was shaking his baby. He was drowning his baby. He may have finished, but not before he pushed the wrestler, who is wrestler Kenny, which is something you probably shouldn't do. So he kind of cheated by pushing the wrestler out of the way. And then he slammed his baby on the ground like, woohoo, I did it, touchdown. So, what I thought was really interesting and also kind of disappointing is they didn't show any time that Rachel spent with Wabam. After that, he won time with her alone, yet it showed none of that. And that tells me either they ran out of time, which I doubt, or he's just the token ridiculous one. And there was no point in showing them together because she has no interest in him at all. Which, I still would have liked to have seen it. And I thought it was interesting Blake knows Lucas. So why is Blake living with Lucas's ex-girlfriend? That seemed, to be like a really big red flag. Like he's living with a woman? Isn't that kind of not exactly the best way to go on to the Bachelorette show looking for a wife, Why does she keep telling the guy he was bad as a kid? Oh, yeah, okay, now Rachel needs to get on with it, get over that part because he's standing right in front of her now and he's a grown man. And was she perfect as a child? No. How do I know that? I don't know. But I bet you she was terrible as a child. But you just can't, okay, if her view of him is completely and forever tainted, then just move on. Don't just keep saying, you were so bad. That's just stupid. Oh yeah, didn't Lucas say at one point that he wants to be around the people who can get him to the top? Did I hear that wrong? Because I thought I heard him say that. I like Dean. Dean is a good guy. Oh yeah, it was kind of funny. I don't know if anybody else noticed, but when Dean kissed Rachel at the end of their date, he had her lipstick, like all over his face. Well, just around the lips. But still, I noticed it, and it was kind of funny. I loved the dog growling. Dog is a great idea. She should bring her dog in on group dates, on one-on-ones. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. And just in the house. Let the dog tell her who's a good guy and who isn't. It's pretty simple. Barkfest. Peter. That was a cute idea for a date. I don't know if I would have gone to somewhere like that. I would have definitely loved all the dogs. But, if I was on a date with Peter, I wouldn't want to be around all the other peeps. The dogs can stay. The girls, they need to go. If I'm out with my man, I don't want a bunch of peeps around. So a good date to take me on would be like an African safari. So there's not many people around, but there's animals. That would work. So far I like Peter, Dean, and Kenny. Demario, I wrote before the fiasco, is way too cocky. And and Demario's quote was, "You either sink with the fishes or swim to shore." That, to me, that makes no sense at all. So, and I wrote, "Damn, Peter is hot with his unshaven self." And the guy with the black hair and a ponytail, damn. He was on the basketball date. I think that's one of her favorites. I forget his name. Alex, I think. Anyway, again, casting call in Charlotte and Denver this time. Ladies only, no age stipulation. They're going to get a lot of girls there. And women. Love them Mark Wahlberg commercials. Keep them coming. The dancer on the court can go home. I wrote that down, and I have no idea what it means. The dancer on the court. What, the basketball court? I don't know. Interesting that the not as skilled team won. Well, they didn't have Demario boasting on the other side, and it just shows me that this side that really didn't do that well at first with scoring had better teamwork. So that was really a better group of guys. And then I wrote, Demario is in hot water. Demario is a scumbag. Okay, the girl that showed up for Demario, did she think this was the one of those other talk shows where people just start swearing as soon as they come out of the gate, like pig race? I mean, she seemed kind of, I felt sorry for her in a way, and yet her looking right into the camera and swearing about Demario was just, come on. It's like over the top, and she wouldn't shut up. Rachel was trying to get to the bottom of everything, and her mouth just kept going, and the bleeping, and it's like, oh my gosh, I have a message. Yeah, so I thought that was ridiculous, and she needs to go on some other type of show where they allow that kind of behavior. And it says nothing, even more so for Demario, that he hooked up with somebody who just would swear like that on The Bachelorette. Alex. Oh, the guy that sang to her the Russian folk song. And first of all, very, very romantic. And then he said, that's it. That was really cute. Like that's all he knew of the song. We're all going to wonder, are we all here for the right reason? I'm so sick of hearing people say that on these shows. And what some of the guys who are actually worth something, worth considering for Rachel, are just focusing on their own behavior. And that's pretty much what you have to do. So anybody that just keeps harping on, they're not here for the right reason, those are the guys that don't need to be there either, because they're just, being stupid. The chiropractor is nice. And I loved the dream house guy. He's the doll guy. And I don't know his name yet. I might just call him the doll guy. But he has a really great sense of humor and creativity in how he sees his world, I guess. But I loved the dream house, and I just wish we had seen more of it. I did think it was kind of funny at the end where Lucas is teaching the bad kid, we'll call him the bad kid, waboom or wabam, whatever the heck it is. That was kind of funny. So I was drinking my glass of water in the middle of the Bachelorette, and these things come to my mind at odd times. But so I take a drink from my glass, and before I put the glass down, I look at the rim, and I think, wouldn't it be freaky if there was a spider there and it was looking back at me? It's not it. And you know, another to be continued. Could we please just end these things so that we have some closure for our week? It's cruel, actually, that we are always made to wait another week. But anyway, that's what I got for this week. Lucas and Blake, get out of there. You're no good. I'm sorry, that sounds mean. But really, all the fighting needs to go. And DeMario coming in at the end saying how much he messed up and he wanted to tell Rachel. It's like, okay, if Rachel goes to hear what he has to say, it shows that she's willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. And he doesn't deserve that. Okay, the benefit of the doubt means there's some doubt, okay? But she read the texts. She said, I don't want to be with somebody who just called somebody else babe. All right, so she needs to stick to that and just tell him to go home. It's over. So anyway. That's, these are in my way. That's all I got for this week, so I feel like taking a nap. That was exhausting. So anyway, have a good week. I will talk to you next week. Bye.